Hello guys, and welcome to the next tachograph tutorial video of Transport Info. In this short video we are going to learn what are the conditions to take two reduced weekly rest period in a row. So two 24 hours, for instance, two 24 hours weekly rest in a row. We need two files, two documents to do this. So visit transportcommunity.eu, then transport and road transport regulations, and visit that page. And today we need the 561 from 2006 amended version, and we need the questions and answers, the QA implementation of mobility package, because there is one question which is very confusing, or maybe just confusing me. I don't know, we'll see later. Right, so open up. Okay, that's the QA section, but first we need the regulation 561, and that's the first paragraph we need. Let's see the conditions one by one. So that will be a derogation from the first subparagraph, because that was the previous video. So how to take and how to compensate the reduced weekly rest. But now the mobility package just brought an option, another option, as you can do two weekly reduced rest in a row. And the first condition, it must be an international transport. Okay, that's an international transport, and as you see, the driver engaged in an international transport. And the next one, two consecutive reduced weekly rest period, provided that the driver in any 4 consecutive weeks takes at least 4 weekly rest periods, of which at least 2 shall be regular weekly rest period. Okay, I made a good picture just to explain this. This one you can see week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 and week 5. And on week 1, the driver did a regular weekly rest. That's fine, that's 45 hours. The next week, just a reduced. It's easier to count, so I just made 30 hours. I just wrote 30 hours here. And the next one, 30 hours again. This one and this one, reduced weekly rest. And the last one will be the regular weekly rest again, plus the compensation. How to do that, I'm going to explain this later, but that's the point. So you know what does it mean, the week, because we just learned at the definitions. The week means Monday 0 to Sunday midnight. So if we go back to the regulation, any 4 consecutive weeks takes at least 4 weekly rest periods, of which at least 2 shall be regular weekly rest. Okay, what does it mean? We have a 4 weeks period here, but you can pick any 4 weeks period, this one or this one, whatever. And you have to take at least 4 weekly rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's correct. Which, and just take a quick look again, of which at least 2 shall be regular weekly rest. So we have 1 regular, and that's another regular, of course, with the compensation. So you have to take care with that, because the authority can investigate any 4 weeks periods. So you have to watch that, as you have to take at least 4 weekly rests, and 2 weekly rests must be regular, which means at least 45 hours break. Back to the regulation, let's see the next condition. For the purpose of this paragraph, a driver shall be considered to be engaged in international transport, where the driver starts the 2 consecutive reduced weekly rest periods outside of the member state of the employer's establishment and the country of the driver's place of residence. Okay, back to the picture. That's very important. These 2 reduced weekly rests shall be taken outside the member state of the employer's establishment and, which is very important, the country of the driver's place of residence. That's another condition, so you have to watch this. Now let's speak about the compensation. That's another condition. How to compensate the 2 reduced weekly rest period in a row. The next weekly rest period shall be preceded by a rest period taken as compensation for two reduced weekly rest periods. In English, I need the picture again. So you have 30 hours here, which means we have to compensate 15 hours here and 15 hours here, which is altogether 30 hours. And the point is, before you start your normal regular weekly rest here, so at this stage, when you know here at the beginning of the week, you know when exactly you need to start your next regular weekly rest. And before that regular weekly rest, you have to compensate these 2 reduced weekly rests, which means before that regular weekly rest, the 45 hours, you have to do the compensation, the 15 plus 15 altogether, 30 hours plus the 45 hours. And now finally the confusion, because I told you at the beginning of this video, one question just confused me, because if we go back to the regulation, the next sentence says any rest taken as compensation for a reduced weekly rest period shall be attached to another rest period of at least 9 hours, which means if you want to give back those hours, you can attach to the 9 hours break or larger or longer. It could be a daily break, it could be a reduced weekly rest or regular weekly rest, whatever. But the European Commission provided us with a Q&A docket, and there is a question here whether can we do the compensation separately or how can we do the compensation. And the final conclusion and the answer from the EU Commission is the 2 compensation must be taken en bloc. That's fine, of course. So you have to do the 30 hours and you have to do that before the next regular weekly rest. But the interesting part, and attached to the obligatory regular weekly rest following the 2 consecutive reduced weekly rest. So that means you have to attach the compensation and the regular weekly rest, which is a question for me. So we have to, I don't know, we have to investigate that, whether you can attach the 30 hours to another break before, somewhere before the regular weekly rest, or you have to definitely attach to the regular weekly rest. So you have to do this weekly rest all together, the compensation and a regular weekly rest all together by the law. That's it for now, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, join the transport community today. If you have any question, just leave a comment and mind yourself. Keep your money in your wallet. Do not pay any unnecessary fines. Thanks for watching. Bye. If you would like to support our work, please subscribe to the Pro package. You can do so on the Transport Community website, which is www.transportcommunity.eu, and then pick the membership levels page and Pro monthly or Pro yearly plan, which is less than €7.5 per month. But of course, as you see here, you have 3 days trial, which is completely free. But if you are over the 3 days and still not satisfied, I give you 100% money back guarantee. Join the transport community today and keep your money in your wallet. Enjoy trucking and don't be afraid of the law.